Okay, we have seen the Euler-Lagrange's equation, no? In the last lecture. And we have derived it for the geodesy on the surface of a sphere is the arc of a great circle. Then we have found for a minimum surface of revolution is a catenary when revolved about a y-axis. And the example was for homework for you people that revolution about a x-axis. कळलेत का catenary कशी असते माहितीये का? Whether you found the images, whether you found the graph of sin x, cos x, all the trigonometric function and the inverse, sin inverse, cos inverse, tan inverse, cot inverse, whether you found the domain. It was homework for you, no? You have to find out the graph of all the trigonometric functions, all the functions which we need daily, that is like e raised to x, e raised to minus x. Many questions I am asking you, but no one is responding about that. You're not interested or you don't want to go for that, or whether if you're searching but you're not getting the answer. I have told you now how to find out the answers of any basic question. I have given you in detail lecture जहाँ पे मैंने find out किया था ना कि आपको डेरिवेटिव का रेट ऑफ चेंज क्यों बोलते हैं. डेरिवेटिव इज a slope of tangent. Why it is a slope of tangent? As h is tending to 0, your secant is going to convert to a slope. Okay, so easy questions are there. You should find out the answer. हां, झालेत का सगळ्यांचे? What are the domain, codomain? What are the graph of sine, cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec? Then sine inverse, cos inverse, tan inverse, cot inverse. What are their geometric interpretation? Whether they are continuous function, whether they are uniformly continuous. Why we are writing e raised to x in the solution of any differential equation. e raised to x का लिहितो, फक्त x लिहिलं तर चालत नाही का? a raised to x नाही लिहिलं तर चालत नाही का? tan x, cot x कुठलाही फंक्शन यूज करू शकतो ना. Why we are using e raised to rx only? Yes, anyone, those who found the answer say yes, otherwise we'll go for the next part. Only 24 students are present and that are those are also not interested much more. Okay, let us go for the next part, that is Brachistochrone problem. Okay. The question for this is the question may be directly prove find out the solution for Brachistochrone problem, or the question may be like this, that the path followed by the particle in sliding from one point to another point under the influence of gravity, show that the path followed is a cycloid. Okay. Or the question may be state and prove Brachistochrone problem. The second one, the question may be path followed by a particle in sliding from one point to another point under the influence of gravity, under the influence of gravity is a cycloid. Now you must know what is cycloid. Those who are from, I think you might be some of the students from the Walchand College. आहेत का बॉलचनचे कोणी? Okay, let us go for the proof. What is the question? The path followed by the particle in sliding from one point to another point under the influence of gravity is a cycloid. We want to show that the whatever the path followed by a particle is a cycloid, or the question may be like this: state and prove brachistochrone problem. Right, the two words are there here. Brachisto means what? Shortest. Chrone means what? Time. Shortest time problem. Or the question may be the path followed by the particle in sliding from one point to another point under the influence of gravity is a cycloid. Okay. Now the brachistochrone is a path joining between the 2 points along which a particle of a mass m is moving from one point to another point. Now here, as we are discussing in the gravity, so let us take a particle is at some height, and now let me take this to be some xy plane we are going to consider, but in an inverted position, because we are considering that we have a particle is falling under the influence of gravity. So if particle is falling under the influence of gravity, so we will consider the xy plane in an inverted position. So we can write this, suppose a particle is at position 1, right, and it is falling under the influence of gravity. So this is what you have y-axis and this is x-axis. Okay, just imagine that you are at the position where you want to find out the uh, path followed by a particle under the influence of gravity, so that it will be in an inverted position. It will be easy for us for doing a calculation. Suppose a particle is falling from position 1 to 2 under the influence of gravity. So again what we will do, we will consider the two neighboring point xy, x plus dx, y plus dy. Two neighboring points we will consider, and ds is a distance between these 2 points. And now finally we'll find out the integration from point 1 to 2, and then that integration I should be minimum. Why? Because we want to find out shortest time problem. So here in that case time is a shortest time problem. So for I to be extremum we want to find out shortest time, and with the help of that only we are going to find out what is the nature of that uh, whatever the object you are going to create, क्योंकि जब आप particle move कर रहा है position 1 to 2, so we want to say that the whatever the object we are getting, यहाँ पे जो image तैयार हो रहा है, we want to show that it is a cycloid. Okay. I hope you understood the construction. So let us go for the problem. The brachistochrone is a path joining between the 2 points along a particle of a mass m is moving with the moving from point 1 to lower point 2 under the influence of gravity. What is the meaning of brachisto? It is shortest, and chrone means a time, shortest time problem. It is a falling from one point to another point under the influence of gravity. Okay, now here if particle is falling with some velocity, suppose v is a velocity of a particle, if suppose v is a velocity of a particle with which it is going, velocity of the particle along the curve, then the time required is given by, then the time required to fall from arc length ds is given by time. Now for that one we must know formula for the velocity is nothing but distance upon time, right? So what will be the formula for time? Time will be equal to distance upon velocity. Okay, now here we are interested for the time because we want to find out the shortest time with उस shortest time में आपका particle position 1 to 2 आना चाहिए, और जो पोजीशन 1 to 2 आते वक्त जो पाथ क्रिएट होगा वो उसका नेचर क्या होगा? साइक्लॉइड. फॉर दैट यू मस्ट नो व्हाट इज अ फिगर फॉर द साइक्लॉइड. ओके, यहाँ पे मैंने जो ड्रॉ किया है वो साइक्लॉइड नहीं है, लेटर ऑन विल शो, क्योंकि अभी हमें पता नहीं है ना कि वो नेचर साइक्लॉइड है या नहीं. because we just want to find out what is the result after particle is moving from position 1 to 2. Okay, so for that case, we are considering a particle is falling from position 1 to 2 under the influence of gravity, and whatever the resultant we are getting, it should be a cycloid. Okay, so those who are from Walchand College, maybe you have seen some of the graph and images was there. Some banners are there in Walchand College. In our, I think ते फर्स्ट किंवा सेकंड फ्लोअरवर आहे बघा लॅबमध्ये मॅथ्सची लॅब आहे ना तिथे okay so here this is what a time required for a particle to fall for a distance ds. First we'll calculate for ds, then we will generalize the concept. Okay, now here we'll write down as we want to find out the shortest time. If the t12 is a total time required, t12 is a total time required, time taken by a particle moving from position 1 to 2. To move from position 1 to 2, then integration I, that is moving from position 1 to 2, total time will be given by integration 1 to 2 ds upon v. ये वाला जो टाइम है वो सिर्फ ds से रिलेटेड है, बट अगर हमें पूरा इंटीग्रेशन फाइंड आउट करना है, मतलब पूरा टाइम फाइंड आउट करना है फ्रॉम पोजीशन 1 टू 2, then we want to find out the integration from 1 to 2 ds upon v. Okay, so let me name it as some equation number 1. Now here we know that what is ds, as we are in xy plane, so directly I can consider this to be 1 plus y dash square dx. So hence integration I is equals to integration 1 to 2 ds is 1 plus y dash square divided by v into dx. Okay, so now we must know what is a v so that we can evaluate this integration. For that, first we'll go for the kinetic energy. We know that what is the equation for the kinetic energy is T is equals to 1 upon 2 mv square, right? And potential energy, what is the equation for potential energy is minus mgx. Okay, why I'm writing x? Because here particle is falling in such a way that it is in the direction of x axis. ये वाला जो axis है आपका x axis है, so it is falling in this way. Okay, so actually cycloid का nature क्या होता है, ये वाला होता है, right? So it is first written up to this and then we have to complete. Okay, that's why we are falling under the influence of gravity from position 1 to 2. It is in the x-axis, so why I am taking with a negative sign? Because particle is falling under the influence of gravity means what? It is in the opposite direction of a gravity, so that's why we have introduces a negative sign. Now we know that for the conservative system, by the principle of conservation, many theorems we have seen about the principle of a conservation. Okay, so what the theorem tells you about the principle of conservation, total energy T plus V is always constant. We have proved the result for the single particle as well as for the n number of particles. आता ते का system of particles साठी T1 plus V1 is equals to T2 plus V2 is equals to T3 plus V3. Like this we have to prove that it is equal to same number, constant है. So total energy is constant in case of conservative system because we are considering a conservative system. यहाँ पे कोई frictional या air force, we are not considering any other things. Okay. So T plus V is a constant, so I can say T plus V is equal to some constant. That constant will take it to 0 so that it will be easy for our calculation. So kinetic energy 1 upon 2 mv square and potential energy is with negative sign minus mgx equal to 0. Right, so we can get the value of v from this equation. 1 upon 2 mv square is equals to mgx. So mm get cancelled. So v is equal to, we get it is in the form of under root 2 gx. So you can name it as some equation 2. So using equation 2 in this equation, you can say this is star. Using equation number 2 in a star or in the integration I, which is finding the shortest time for moving from position 1 to 2 will be equal to integration from 1 to 2 ds is under root of 1 plus y dash square dx and divided by v is under root 2 gx. ओके और आपको अगर ये इमेज थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड लग रहा है तो आप ऐसे भी इमेजिन कर सकते हो, राइट? दिस इज वाई एक्सिस एंड दिस इज एक्स एक्सिस. सिंस हम लोग क्या कंसिडर करें, पार्टिकल इज एट सम हाइट and is falling under the influence of gravity, so the position will be like this, and to complete this we are going to complete this as a cycloid. Okay, so here we get the value of integration now. So now we have to find out the value of this integration. मतलब इंटीग्रेशन किस चीज का होगा ये पता चल गया. Now we want to find out the minimum time required to move from position 1 to 2. Okay, now here for I to be extremum, what is the condition? The integrand f must satisfy. Now in this case it is minimum because we want to find out the minimum time from position 1 to 2. That integrand f must satisfy the Euler-Lagrange's equation. Okay, so let me write down what is your f. The integrand f is under root of 1 plus y dash square divided by 2gx. Now let me write down what is your equation. The Euler-Lagrange's equation is given by dou f by dou y minus d by dx of dou f by dou y dash equal to 0. Okay, dou f by dou y, what is the value of dou f by dou y? Is there any term of a y in our function f?
Zero. Zero, ma'am.
So d by dx of f with respect to y dash. Now I have to find out the derivative with respect to y dash. At that time 1 upon under root of 2 gx will treat as a constant. So what is the derivative of under root of x? It is, yes,
1 by 2 under root 1 plus y dash square 2y dash.
okay. So this is what a derivative. Now 2 get cancelled. Since we are evaluating a partial derivative, x will be treated as a constant, no? So d by dx, now we'll take it is equal, already it is equal to 0. So we can write this as, what will be the equation? Y dash divided by under root of 2gx and 1 plus y dash square is equal to 0. Now, if you find the derivative, it will be somewhat difficult to find out the derivative. Again, we'll use the same process, integrating with respect to x. Okay, क्योंकि ये 1 upon 2 root x है, so that's why it will be somewhat complicated. So, let us find out a integration with respect to x will be equal to, yes, what is the integration? Integration derivative both get cancelled because both are with respect to the same term. Now here this 2 and g both are constant. Right, that also can be eliminated. If I take 2 and g, both are constant which I have taken outside. So what I remains with simply g is a gravitational constant, 2 is also constant. So we can take it outside of derivative and integration, which can be, again if you put here under root 2g, it will be equal to 0. So here we remains with under root x and 1 plus y dash square, which will be equal to some constant, where c is a constant of the integration. Okay, now what is the next step? Yes, what is the next step? How many times you solved this table? y dash is equal to c under root of x 1 plus y dash square. Then you have to square on both sides. Then you get the value of y dash square. Then take a square root and then find out the answer. X plus xy dash square. Then y dash square if I have taken outside, so y remains with 1 minus c square into x. Y dash square is common and it remains with c square into x. And then later on, we'll put the value of y dash square will be equal to c square x divided by 1 minus c square into x. So we get the value of y dash will be equal to under root of, if you take a square root, it will be c under root x divided by under root of 1 minus c square into x. So if I take this c square common, so we remains with c here under root x. And if I take a c common, so यहाँ पे c नहीं है तो यहाँ पे 1 minus c square आपको divide करना पड़ेगा, right? So these two c get cancelled, both are constants of integration. So we get the value of y dash is equal to under root x divided by, let me take it as some another constant a minus x. क्योंकि c एक constant है तो 1 upon c square will also be one constant. So hence we get the value of a y dash now. Now just find out the integration. Dy by dx we are getting it is under root x divided by under root of a minus x. Now again you can say integrating with respect to x, we get once again what is rule. Now here while finding the integration derivative get cancelled. Y under root x divided by under root of a minus x, integration is with respect to x. Now here we must use the method of substitution for solving this integration. Let me use a method of substitution. X is equals to sine square theta by 2. And what will be dx from this? A as it is, derivative of sine square is 2 sine theta by 2, derivative sine theta is cos theta by 2, right? And 1 by 2 as it is. माहिती है ना substitution? Actually, I was wanted to ask you what is the substitution with this integration. Okay, still now we want to find out the value of dx and all. So root x हमें substitute करना है. So what will be value of a root x from this is a sine square theta by 2. Right, next we have to find out the value of a dx also. Dx is here with, I can say here 2 get cancelled. And I can write down this is with a sine theta by 2 cos theta by 2 and d theta. Divided by under root a minus a sine square theta by 2. X का value substitute किया है सर. Okay. Now next what we have to do, if I take under root a outside, so this under root a up, numerator and denominator will get cancelled. Sin square का क्या हो जाएगा? Cos, sorry, sin square under root square root में क्या हो जाएगा वो? Sin theta by 2 divided by, now here we get under root of 1 minus sin square theta by 2, and here we have a sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2 d theta. So you can see here the two terms will get cancelled. Root a will get cancelled, and this will become 1 minus sin square. क्या होगा 1 minus sin square? Under root of 1 minus sin square theta by 2. Cos square theta by 2. So it is cos theta by 2. A as it is, sin theta by 2, cos theta by 2, and d theta. These two get cancelled. And we get a outside of integration of sine square theta by 2 we have to find out. For this, we know the well-known method for this is we know that 2 sine square theta by 2 is nothing but 1 minus cos theta. Actually formula क्या है 1 minus cos of 2 theta is 2 sine square theta. बरोबर ना? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let me use that formula. Sin square theta का जगह पे हम क्या substitute कर सकते हैं 1 minus cos theta divided by 2. Okay, 2 is a constant. We can take outside a by 2. Now integration of 1 is theta minus integration of cos theta is sin theta. Right? Now we know what is the substitution we have used a sine square theta by 2 and we get the value of y. This is what a value of x we have substituted. Correct? So x again I can write in the form of 1 minus cos theta by 2 sine square theta. No? Sine square theta by 2 I can write in the form of 1 minus cos theta whole divided by 2 and this is what theta minus sine theta a by 2. Now combining these two equations we get the equation of a cycloid. Okay, those who are knowing the equation of a cycloid they can understand that this is equation of a cycloid. Okay, that's why I have given you homework for the basic asteroid, cycloid, catenaries, e raised to x, sin, cos, इन सब के ग्राफ आपको पता होना चाहिए. If you know there is graph of cos theta, you can find out 1 minus cos theta will be. And if you know graph of sin theta, you can find out theta minus sin theta. A is no doubt constant of integration, you can do it. And so finally, what are the equations for the cycloid? We are getting the resultant as a x is equals to a by 2, 1 minus cos theta. And y we are getting it in the form of a by 2 theta minus sin theta. Up to then you have to put a faith on me that these are equation for the cycloid. Okay, any doubt about this example?
No, ma'am.
क्या करना है हमें सिर्फ शॉर्टेस्ट टाइम फाइंड आउट करना है फॉर शॉर्टेस्ट टाइम we are going to find out the integration and for that integration we should find out the minimum time required from t1 to t2 again use your Euler-Lagrange's equation and you get the result. Easy steps है but थोड़ा सा लेंदी है so that's why you will feel somewhat difficult. Steps तो बहुत easy है just like a Lagrange's we have done for our first chapter. First chapter में हम क्या करते थे पहले construction then we go for a what are generalized coordinate then kinetic energy potential energy then L then our Lagrange's equation. जितने आपके जनरलाइज कोऑर्डिनेट होंगे उतने आपके लैग्रेंजेस इक्वेशन होंगे. यहाँ पे क्या है आपको फर्स्ट कंस्ट्रक्शन करना है देन यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट व्हाट इज द इंटीग्रेशन देन फाइंड आउट द व्हाट इज योर फंक्शन एफ देन गो फॉर योर यूलर लैग्रेंजेस इक्वेशन. सॉल्व करायला तर आपल्याला येते ना. These integration and derivative are not much more difficult. We have solved very difficult integrations and derivative in our 12th standard. बरोबर ना? Sometimes I feel that okay. Um, Find the curve which can give the extremal of the function. This is a question. Mostly the questions of this type will be there in your SETNET exam. थोड़ा इससे भी difficult होंगे, but if you solve these question, you will get an idea how to solve the questions in a SETNET exams. Find the curve which can give the extremal of the function, which can give the extremal of the function. What is the functionally given integration y, which is a function of y of x, is equal to integration 0 to 1 y dash square plus 12xy. Integration is with respect to x, subject to the condition, that is initial conditions are given so that we can find out the values of those constant terms while evaluating the integration. Y of 0 is equals to 0 and y of 1 is equals to 1. Okay, now we'll go for the proof for the solution for this. In order to extremize the given integral, in order to find out the extrema of the given integral, the integrand f, that is y dash square plus 12xy, must satisfy Euler-Lagrange's equation. Must satisfy Euler-Lagrange's equation. That is, what is our equation? First, we should write down dou f by dou y minus d by dx of dou f by dou y dash is equal to 0. What is the derivative of f with respect to y? There is a term of a y in the second one. With respect to first, it is 0. So I can write it is 12x. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, derivative of f with respect to y dash, it is 2y dash. Second term derivative will be 0. Now let us evaluate. I can divide it by 2 so that I can get it is 6x minus y dash, and here derivative with respect to x equal to 0. So I can write this equation in the form of as derivative of y dash with respect to x it is. So 6x minus I can write y double dash equal to 0. Y dash का ही derivative find out करना है ना with respect to x. So what is your y dash? dy by dx. If I am finding the second derivative of y dash, that is dy dash by dx is nothing but y double dash. So I can write y double dash is equal to 6x. Okay. Now we have to find out the integration and then we will get the values of those constant by using the given initial conditions. So integrating the above equation with respect to x. Okay. येते find out करायला integration
Yes, ma'am.
6x plus say c1 first integration 6x square by 2, right? No, x is integration. Now again if you integrate with respect to x, so what you get for the same term, integration y dash will be now y, then you get it is 3, 2 and 2, 3 are 6, it is 6, so x square will be now x cubed by 3 plus c1x plus c2. We have found the 2 times integration, so we get the 2 constants. We get the result x cubed plus c1x plus c2. So this is what the solution actually, but we want to find out the values of those constant, right? So y of 0 is equal to 0 हे दिलेला आहे ना, y of 1 is equal to 1. This is also given. Some boundary conditions are given, because if you remember some of the things I've told you about the initial value problem, boundary value problem, what must be their geometric interpretation, why they are unique. Okay, so let us put up the value of x equal to 0 in the above equation. We get y of 0 is equal to 0, 0 cube 0, c1 into 0, 0 plus c2. That you get the value of c2 is 0. Y of 1 equal to 1 means y of 1 is 1, 1 cube 1 plus c1, c2 तो already हमें 0 मिल गया है. So what I get, the value of C1 is also 0. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So finally we get the solution is y of x is equal to simply x cube. Okay, which we can say that which is required equation of a curve for which the value of integration I is a extremum, which is required curve for which the value of integration I is extreme. Okay. So let me give you one example for the homework. Try to solve this example. Find out the curve, find out the extremum of the integration I from x0 to x1 under root of 1 plus y dash square. up- 1 upon x is outside, it is not under root x. Dx upon x. Okay, try to find out the domain is simply x is greater than 0. Okay, सगळ्यांनी सॉल्व करून बघा. क्वेश्चन इज सेम जो इनिशियल पार्ट है, सिर्फ आपका इंटीग्रेशन चेंज हो गया है. Okay, try to find out the answer for this one. Okay, thank you. You can leave the meeting. If you're not having a doubt, you can leave.